bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started. Harder, won't you give it up?
Hello, beautiful lady. Yes, I am talking to you. It is Thursday, and you know what goes down here on Thursday. Wife Life with Dr. Gail goes down here on Thursday. So do me a huge, huge favor. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you'll know when I go to live. And so tonight, this is a topic that literally pains me. It literally pains me, but I need to talk about it because I get asked so many times, Dr. Gail, how do I know when my marriage is truly over, right? I started doing this work because I wanted to eradicate divorce. And I have had the privilege of literally coaching and counseling over 6,000 and I don't know how many hundreds of couples over the last 18 years. But I also know that sometimes it is better for you to walk away than to harm each other. And so tonight I want to talk to you about the 7 signs that your marriage is truly over. Yeah, the 7 signs that your marriage is truly over. Now, let me just tell you, these 7 signs that I'm about to give you, I have been there, but I also understand what it is to roll up my sleeves and to fight for my marriage and to restore it and to renew it. So even after I give you these 7 signs, and you might check off all 7 or maybe 3 of them or maybe 4 of them, just know that you can recover from being on the brink of divorce because I've done it. Gil and I have done it, right? And so, but I want to give you these 7 signs because if it's leading to the point where it is becoming physical or mentally abusive, if you are losing sleep and stressed and life just seems like doom and gloom, then it is time for you to walk away. So let's look at these 7 signs, okay? Sign number 1, you and your spouse just constantly argue and fight all the time. Just constantly argue and fight all the time about the smallest things, the things that back in the day you used to laugh about or didn't even bother you, right? These are things that just push you over the edge, like what's for dinner? And it turns into this big argument. That is one of the signs that there is a true breakdown in communication in your marriage. Number 2, you dread spending time with your spouse. You dread even being in the same space that they are breathing the same air that you're in, right? You literally dread it. You dread when it's time for them to come home and you rejoice when they leave, right? Or you stay gone because you don't want to come back home. That's not the will of God, right? Your home should be a sanctuary, a safe place, a place where you can find rest and joy from the world, right? But if you're finding that you literally dread spending time with your spouse, that's a huge, huge, huge red flag. Number 3, there is a huge lack of respect for one another, right? You respect your spouse less than you respect someone that you don't even know, right? And respect in a marriage is huge. And if you're struggling with respect, you need to really figure out where did it go, right? And even if you have decided to exit the marriage, you do not have to tear that person down and make them feel less than. Because remember, at one point in time, you guys became one flesh and you said till death do us part. Number 4, there's a lack of trust. You don't trust your spouse anymore with your life. You don't trust your spouse anymore financially. You don't trust your spouse anymore with your heart. You don't trust your spouse anymore with your children. You don't trust your spouse anymore with your friends. You don't trust your spouse to do anything good towards you. This is a huge, huge red flag. Number 5, you truly just dislike each other. You just dislike each other, right? And dislike is a good word because I've heard some couples to say, I hate him or I hate her. That just breaks my heart to hear someone say that I hate my spouse. The person that you love, the person that you shared your bed with, the person that you gave your heart to, the person that you was intimate with, you hate them. That's a huge, huge, huge word. It's huge to say you dislike the person that you said you was going to spend the rest of your life with. Number 6, you constantly make plans or have visions for your future without your spouse. You just don't see any plans. You're not making any plans. You're not even thinking about them for your future plans. That's a huge red flag because you have already begun to see yourself as single, ready to move on, ready to start a new chapter in your life, and they're not part of any of the pages. And number 7, you have no intimacy and you're not having any kind of sex. This is huge because that is the way that you connect mentally, physically, and spiritually, right? This is huge. Now, if you're struggling in that area and it's because of a, illness or sickness or something like that, that's something totally different. Because there's marriages that can thrive just on intimacy, not necessarily sexual intercourse, right? But again, I want you to know that if you just checked one of these or all of these or some of these, you can recover. But it's going to take 2 of you coming, having conversation, and changing the habits and getting to the root cause of what led you to this point. But I also know after doing this work for over 18 years that sometimes you do have to throw in the towel, especially when it has become very disrespectful and physical and you're calling each other out of your names and you're just being disrespectful to one another in front of your children and your family and your friends. That's not the will of God, and it's an unhealthy situation to stay in. And especially if you're putting your hands on one another, that means that you have no respect or regard for that person or their life or their mental well-being or their physical well-being. And if you're struggling with any of these, I have classes that I have scheduled to help you come off the brink of divorce, to restore intimacy back into your bedrooms. I have classes. All you have to do is click the link below and go visit my website, and it will give you the list of classes that I have scheduled for this year and on into 2023, right? I want to see you guys win. I love you guys to pieces. If you need help, I am here. I am a licensed counselor. I am a licensed sexologist. All you have to do is click the link below, schedule a free consultation with me. It's a 15-minute consultation. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want to see you win, okay? I love you to pieces. I am here every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you're looking for more resources to take your marriage to a whole nother level, I'm your girl. Please click the link below and visit my website. There's tons of ebooks and books and all kind of things just to help you on this wife life journey. As well as I would love for you to join me on all my other platforms. You can look for me on TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page. I am always hanging out on all my platforms. So click the link below and join my tribe. I truly appreciate you.
We're bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started.